Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. If you didn't know by now, my name is Diana, aka Chef D, and today we are making a healthy-ish holiday cornbread gluten-free recipe. Now, what I love about this recipe, it's that, disclaimer before I even start telling you guys about the recipe, this isn't your typical cornmeal cornbread. Obviously, I said this is healthy-ish. So just a disclaimer and another disclaimer, I know cornbread, originally Americanized cornbread, is on the salty side, but for this cornbread, I love elotes, I love tamales, and I also love sweet cornbread. So this is actually gonna be a sweet, salty, and spicy cornbread, y'all. This has just all of these flavors combined, and on that link below on that website you'll see that I'll have paleo, keto options just in case you don't want to add that fresh corn. You know, there's options for this recipe for everyone. It's moist, it's tender. You only need one pan, one bowl, and an oven, and you've got yourself an 8 to 10 people side dish or dish, whatever you like to use it with. So guys, I hope you enjoy this recipe, and please don't forget to give your girl a big like, a big share, and a big subscribe. And please don't forget to hit that notification button because yes, I'm bringing to you videos every single week. Let's get rolling. Let's start by preheating our oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit and gathering all of our ingredients, the eggs, the corn, the cheese, the butter, everything that we're gonna need to make things go a little bit more smoother. As you see, I have a cutting board, a paper towel, and then the corn. Now, the reason I do this is because it just makes it so much easier. As you'll see in the video, when cutting, the kernels will go on top of that kitchen towel, so you don't have to be like scrambling and just putting everything together. For this recipe, I am using 2 large fresh corns. If you don't have the time, you can go ahead and use 1 medium can of corn. Set the corn aside and let's begin by cracking our 3 large eggs. Whisk thoroughly until all the eggs are mixed and blended up. Once the eggs are whisked, add in your ½ cup of heavy cream. Next, add in ½ cup of sour cream. Now we can add in our ½ cup of melted butter. Please keep in mind to use regular butter and not margarine. For this recipe, I did use ½ teaspoon of vanilla and ½ teaspoon of sweet corn extract. But if you are on that keto and paleo tip and lifestyle, you can definitely use either ½ teaspoon of vanilla or ½ teaspoon of sweet corn extract and take out the fresh corn for the recipe. Add in your 1/4 cup of sweetener, a ½ teaspoon of salt, and ½ teaspoon of baking soda. Whisk thoroughly until everything is nice and blended up. Let's begin by adding our 1/3 cup of coconut flour. Whisk once again until everything is combined, and now we're going to be adding ½ cup of almond flour. And whisk everything up until everything is nice and smooth and into a thin batter. Add in your corn now. Like I said before, if you're on the keto or the paleo tip, just go ahead and take this out, but you can still use the jalapeno and obviously the cheese. With a spatula, mix until everything is nice and folded and combined. Let's add in ½ cup of white cheddar cheese or yellow cheddar cheese and our pickled jalapenos, which are absolutely my favorite. If you can't find the pickled jalapenos in the store, or if you haven't made them yourself, you can most definitely use fresh jalapeno. Just make sure they're more on the thinner slice side than the actual pickled jalapeno. Just look at this beautiful batter. Heads up guys, for this recipe I am going to be using a saucepan as my form of a skillet, but you can most definitely use the cast iron skillet to make this, or a regular round casserole. I'm using here a 9 by 10 inch pan. Now that we have our beautiful batter inside of that pan, I'm just leveling it out with the spoon. Now just finish it off with spraying a bit of that oil on top or even melted butter if you'd like, and let's get it inside the oven. Remember guys, 350 degrees, anywhere from 25 to 27 minutes. Once it's baked, just take it out of the oven and place it directly onto a cooling rack and let it cool for anywhere from 12 to 15 minutes until ready to be touched. Once it's cool enough to touch, just place that beautiful cornbread on top of either a plate or wherever you want to be slicing this up. And as you see here, look at that moistness, look at that easiness just when you're cutting it. And remember guys, this is going to be on a healthier version side, so it isn't going to be your typical cornmeal cornbread. So many different textures, so many different flavors, from the jalapeno to those corn nibbles to that soft cornbread. It's absolutely divine. Now, you can definitely serve this right on the table, right when you're about to have that party. But personally, I like more of that butter and honey on top of it. I'm that kind of sweet and salty kind of gal that loves her cornbread like this. But like I said, you can definitely, have this as a side item, have this with a chili, and even, it doesn't have to be necessarily in a holiday. Guys, just look at that beautiful honey and butter on top of that cornbread. It is just so good. So guys, thank you so much for watching this quick and simple, easy video. And now let's get to the taste testing. Now, mind you, my favorite fixings, no matter what, are usually a butter and syrup or agave. Right here, I'm using a monk fruit syrup and obviously grass-fed butter. But honestly, you can definitely have this with like sour cream, a little bit of Tabasco, delicious. And you can also have this with just plain butter, or you can have this with a little bit of cotija cheese on top, whatever, honestly, that floats your boat. So let's get to the taste testing. I already have a little bit of that monk fruit sweetener syrup that I love so much. Oh my goodness, guys. Right off the bat, what I love about this, even though there isn't any cornmeal, I really feel that there is real cornmeal in here, but the real stuff. Why? Because of those fresh kernels. I'm really tasting that beautiful sweet corn extract and that vanilla extract that I love so much. So that just packs another type of flavor. And the texture, it just melts in your mouth. Literally, it just, I can't explain it. I don't know if it's, everything mixed together with the almond meal and the cheese. It just melts in your mouth. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this recipe. And if you did enjoy this recipe, please don't forget to give me a big like, a big share, and a big subscribe. And guys, I can't wait to switch it up next week and actually do a brand new little decoration here for the studio. Just a little glimpse and things of what I'm doing to change up the vibe for winter and Christmas. Also, I will be switching up obviously my website to make it a winter holiday theme, and I will see you guys next week. Ciao.